Join us this week as we explore the coral reefs and shores of the Exumas in search of treasures from the sea. Arr! That was my best pirate noise. What are you guys doing?
We're trying to figure out where to take Eric bone fishing. We want to get to more isolated areas. We can do that because we have a boat. It's just trying to figure out how to go about this and how to get there.
In the next few days before Eric has to fly out.
Well, we've only got, what was it? Monday and Tuesday is good.
We traveled along the Exumas, hopping from island to island in search of shallow water flats that might be home to bonefish. We waited all day without any luck except a nice barracuda. Who's the Sherpa? Pulling the dinghy. The bonefish are pretty slim pickings so far. Fingers crossed. We didn't care for the anchorage or the fishing in Black Point, so we headed down to Emerald Bay. Emerald Bay Marina is affiliated with the Sandals Resort at Emerald Bay, which is across the street from the marina. It's a pretty schwanky place. I'll give you a short tour so you can see what the marina as well as the resort looks like. So we're at Emerald Bay Marina, and this marina is a lovely, quiet marina. Over here is the gym, the showers and bathrooms, and the laundry room. And the laundry is is included in your mooring. So that was kind of nice. I got to do some laundry while I was here. And I'll walk you over to the other side of the marina, which is where you find the office. So if you go up these steps, you're at the main office, which is lovely. Complimentary tea and coffee, and a sitting area.
But I have to tell you, I think they still, like what I've read from comments, is that it can get quite swelly in here.
Oh, so that we just got lucky.
I think so. Oh yeah, well look at the ocean. I mean, it's beautiful. Look at this sunrise.
Oh, it's
gorgeous.
Nice. It sure is.
I think it's just that we picked the right night in here. As a matter of fact, I think that's one of the reasons I couldn't sleep. I'm so used to the boat moving. I'm used to some kind of rock. I'm used to some hull slap. Mm-hmm. And there was just none of that. It was complete. It was like sleeping in our bed.
In our bed. And that's what was just land. The opposite for us. And
yeah.
I slept like a stone for the first time in
and I barely
almost
slept.
The whole trip.
Isn't that weird?
So what's the plan for today?
Well, our son is leaving very soon, and we want to get him a lobster. I don't think that's going to happen. But we're going to do some spear fishing on some of the outer islands, just on some of the rocks that are out there. There's some coral heads. So what we're doing is we're heading out of here first thing this morning, and we're going to head down to Georgetown. And but before you cut in, so we're going to be exposed quite a bit to the open ocean for I'm going to guess at about, let's say 6-7 miles of open ocean. And we're going to troll, see if we can pick up a mahi or a blackfin, and then we're going to cut in, and then when we cut in we're going to anchor around some of the coral heads, and we're going to do some diving. So we've got a busy day today, and then we have to go down to Georgetown, and then we're going to be in that Georgetown area, probably until Eric leaves, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the boat's washed. We'll probably get it just covered in salt again today now. Mm-hmm. That's the way it usually goes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I can stay off the throttle, and the boat, we don't push it too hard into the waves, I won't get that spray over the boat. But it feels like the boat goes so slow when you're doing 4 or 5 knots. It's like, we're not getting anywhere.
I think you just get used to having everything salty, but it's nice to have these little pop-ins where you are, the laundry gets done, and Julia can sleep.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's important that Julia sleeps. I can
I'm
go
kind of
without
crabby
sleep.
when I don't sleep, and then you can clean your boat, so that feels nice. But I wouldn't want to be in the marinas all the time.
No.
I do like feeling like we're camping all by ourselves, and that you can use power, and that you can have a lot of water to do whatever it is you want to do, is lovely. It's a luxury. It feels like a real luxury, and it makes you appreciate how readily available all of those resources are when you're on land.
I never could understand why people like marinas so much. I mean, why do people spend like the people next to us that are at the marina for a month? It's like, why? And then you spend one night here and you go, oh, I know why.
Let's go have a peek at the boats that are down here.
Yeah.
Still a lot of building going on here. Beautiful condos, and a beach that wraps around here, and the golf course, very well manicured. Kind of reminds Michael and I of Naples, Florida, if any of you have ever been there. It's gated communities and mowed lawns and beautiful, but just kind of a different vibe.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Bahamas here.
No, it doesn't. It feels more like Florida, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever. It's to each his own.
Yeah.
For some people, I guess that's perfect for them.
Well, I think the golf course gives it that too, you know. Like this is all golf course going down here.
Yeah, this is all part of the 18-hole golf course. There are.
You're used to seeing a lot of wild coastlines. And here they're getting pretty tight.
And new buildings going up here still. Interesting. So these are the beautiful villas at the hotel across the street from the marina. And over here is a continuation of the 18-hole golf course. Very well maintained. Everything's raked. The beaches are raked. The golf course is manicured. The sprinkler system is keeping everything green. It's quite lovely. And there is a beach restaurant, and by the pool there is a little palapa where you can get burgers and lighter food.
What are we doing today?
We're going spear fishing and lobster hunting, I believe. And we're leaving Emerald Bay Marina. And it looks fantastic. It doesn't look swelly. It looks a little tiny swelly. There's no white caps, so this is really great weather for anchoring out here and doing some diving. Yeah.
And you? What do you got to say?
Nothing. I'm just glad the boat's not getting covered in salt today. It's just, there's some nice big swells in here that makes it a little rolly, but other than that, there's no standing waves or anything that can break over the bow, so we should be able to reach trolling speeds, which is roughly 7 miles an hour, which we've almost reached already. So we're going to drop some lines back right now. We're going to put 3 lines out for, hopefully we can get a blackfin tuna for dinner.
Blackfin.
And lunch. Whoa! Yeah, there's still some big ones out here.
Cheese and salami for breakfast.
Is that what you're having?
Breakfast of champions.
Oh my gosh. What am I having, Joe?
You're having peanut butter and banana.
Oh, there you go.
Only 1 banana left.
I hate to see what that banana looks like that I'm eating right now.
It's very sweet.
Alrighty, so for the viewers who want to know how much it costed us to stay at a marina for this one night, what'd you say?
It was $160 for a 25-foot boat. So that is not cheap, but they have a minimum size of 40 feet. So, they're used to having people paying big dollars to stay there. And I mean, it was nice. There's no doubt about it. It was nice and calm. You guys had a good night's sleep. But it costs roughly $60 more a night than any of the other marinas that we stayed at, and that's including water and electrical. So, $160 US for one night. That is not cheap, but it was good. It was good. We got our boat washed, and today we should make it down to Georgetown without getting it covered in salt again. We're just taking our sweet time working our way out to the 100-foot ledge where we're going to start trolling down that ledge, or I don't know, it might be an 80 feet, I don't know what that, where it drops off, and it looks like it might be coming up soon. But when we get into that ledge, then we'll start heading down to Georgetown.
And Mom,
I'm
you gotta
drinking
say?
my complimentary tea from the marina.
and they didn't have any diesel there.
Oh.
So
No, that's
Yeah.
right. There was a lot of boats sitting there waiting for diesel, and they couldn't. See, today is the day you wanna cross, or the day you wanna go out,
And everyone's
because
stuck.
and they're all stuck at the marina there because there's no diesel. And fortunately, this is a gasoline boat, so they had gas, so we were okay. We're okay for this year, but who knows what the next marina will hold for us.
Straight
Yeah,
120.
exactly.
That's perfect. 120 bearing. Good. Bearing 120. That's a nautical.
All right, let's put these lines out. So we have 3 lines we're putting out. The problem is we have the our tenders in the way, but we can put it over top. Trying a new bait today. This thing. We'll see how. Isn't that pretty? And hopefully that's going to get us a mahi. That's what. Or is it, Eric? You rather have a blackfin, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, blackfins, they are amazing. Well, this one here will be set at about 150 feet. The other one will be 150, and the other one will be about 250, because I don't want to get them tangled. Yeah. No, I don't want to. I usually try to get out a little bit past the. I don't want to pick up a cuda because they'll wreck these baits. They'll chop them up, or even the Spanish or Cero mackerels will cut them up. So I kind of wait till I get a little bit farther out. Once I get into the deeper water, then I'll drop them back. Yeah, it's nice to get a mackerel, but I'd really like to get either a blackfin or a mahi.
Well, no luck with bonefish and no luck trolling for tuna. But the thing about fishing is you have to persevere. So that's what we did.
All right, so we are, we've now just anchored off this small island, and we are going to try doing some spear fishing and look for some lobster. Now we can do it on both sides, but I think the best spear fishing is going to be on the outside of that, where that wave is breaking.
Yeah.
It's going to be on that edge and along the outside of this island. So we're going to give that a try. And one of us is going to probably stay around here just to keep an eye on the boat. And you guys can go around. You can just keep an eye on Eric or what have you, or Eric keeps an eye on you, and I'll stay on here, and or we can all just run the outside edge of this reef. But we got to keep an eye on, as far as the current is not too strong, it doesn't end up flushing us down, and we can't get back.
Got it. Good plan.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little nervous about being this close to the rocks, but
Really?
yeah.
We can go farther away, but this makes to swim farther away,
exactly. No, I think it's. I trust you.
too. Yeah.
Famous last words.
I know.
And we are unpacking everything off the roof.
Those are your pants?
Thank you.
Just put it in the rod holder or something like that. Okay, I think that's it. Is there anything we're missing?
Just a quick side note, because a number of our viewers have asked. We installed an 8-foot by 2-foot Yakima cargo roof box. It houses all of our snorkeling gear and dive weights and fishing rods and a variety of other items. It is worth its weight in gold. On a small boat like ours, where there's never enough storage, especially for gear that is wet, they are very easy to install on the existing roof racks by moving the interior slides and tightening them down. Just be sure you can open the lid all the way and not hit the solar panel before you tighten it all down.
Can't really see from my angle.
It's hitting it. Looks like it. Let's come back a little bit.
My side too.
Yeah, let's stop right there. That looks pretty good. That's up.
Now back to the show.
Holy cow! You're gonna wonder if we picked the right place to anchor.
I don't feel like we did. Just to be safe, we ended up resetting the anchor further away from the coral due to the wind and the current in that location.
Okay, neutral, reverse, neutral. Yep, I'm in neutral.
We did some fishing off the boat and then eventually took the dinghy out further to see what else we could locate. 50 to 60% of your time is spent locating a productive coral head or reef. We sometimes drive around with a dinghy, while one of us puts their face in the water with their mask on so that you can locate the better spots for diving. Once a spot has been located, we typically set the anchor and jump in the water and take a look to see what the coral and surrounding area looks like. Here is a shout out to the University of YouTube. Eric studied and watched and was extremely motivated to crack the code of finding and catching lobsters in the Bahamas. Bahamian lobsters tend to live in crevices of rocks and coral reefs. And lobster season ends March 31st, so keep an eye on your calendar. Eric was over the moon when he finally located and caught his very first lobster. What an achievement!
Way to go!
We continued to fish around the coral reefs until we were visited by multiple sharks. Typically, if there's one shark circling us, it's not a big deal, but as soon as there are 2 or 3, we leave. Later that day, we arrived at Stocking Island, just across from Georgetown on Great Exuma. We were absolutely gobsmacked by the number of vessels that were anchored at the side of this island, and later realized that some people spend the entire winter season here. It is a very busy but vibrant community of boaters. Over the next few days, we continued to explore miles away from the crowds and well within the legal area for fishing and lobster. Navionics map will show preserved habitat where fish harvesting is not permitted. We prefer to spend the money and a tank of gas to get away from the crowds and where the fishing is always better. For our first lobster, we chose to boil the tails on the stove and served it simply with salt and pepper and melted butter and lemon. It was really good.
Try it, dip it.
No. So the
Okay.
first thing you got to do is you have to open it.
Oopsie.
So
You crack it
Get a
open.
knife, yeah.
I got a knife here. Or a
No,
different
you
a
need-
bit sharp knife.
Yeah. Have you seen that chopping knife we had just a bit?
It's in the sink, I think. Can you pass me what you see? The funny thing about the good old days is that when you're in them, you don't realize it. On this trip, we were creating memories with each other and with our son that could be cherished for a lifetime. We joke about this YouTube channel and say, well, at least if nobody watches our videos, we know that when we're older, we have our own home movies to watch, and so can the kids. And to our viewers, thanks for sharing time with us again. Now go out and create some good old days today. We would love it if you leave us a comment in the section below and tell us if we sparked a memory or inspired an expedition. We love hearing from you. And as always, thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing to our channel and liking this video.